Hello. Hello. Welcome to African Coaches Matter. This is the platform where African coaches all around the world get together to discuss the issue of coach education, players management, and the challenges African coaches are facing, both in Africa and in diaspora. And the biggest challenge African coaches are facing is coach education. And this is the reason why we created this platform, so we can educate, reach out to our African coaches, both in Africa and in diaspora. So today we'll be looking into how we can introduce coach education, how we can develop our coaching identity, questions we need to ask ourselves even before becoming a football coach. So before you become a football coach, you need to ask yourself some few questions. So after answering all these questions, if you feel like football coach is right for you, then we can go ahead and then you can start, processing your necessary qualification or necessary step you need to become a football coach. But after these questions, and you feel like, no, it's too much for you, or maybe you've got some better to do, then I suggest maybe it's your decision. But after this workshop, if you feel like coaching is right for you, there's help there. There's a big help coming, especially to African coaches. I'm trying to see what way we can help you guys. And since I created this platform, it's been very, very, very positive news from everyone. From everyone, it's been very positive. And hopefully, we will keep growing. At the moment, since the start of this platform, we started with 0 coaches. But as I'm talking to you guys right now, I have already 120 coaches all around the world, hoping to get into this African coaches. At this moment, I've registered already 80 coaches from Jos through Coach Dan Ladi. And we'll be starting this coaching process soon as possible. So today, like I said, I want to take you guys through the things you need to know before getting into coach education. So before I start, maybe it's better for me to at least introduce myself, because not many people know me. And just name is Coach Emeka. I'm originally from Nigeria. I live in Ireland for the last 23 years now. And since I moved to Ireland, I've tried to educate myself. I've tried to educate myself through my coaching, through college. I'm a UEFA A license holder. I'm also a diploma holder in sport management. I have a diploma in sports psychology. And recently, I completed a UEFA Grassroots Award. So, like I said, I'm originally from Nigeria, and since living in Ireland, I've contributed in developing African players and all players in Ireland. I've been involved in voluntary coaching. I go around schools and coach kids. I've done, a bit from my own to give back to my community in Ireland. So like I said today, I'll be taking you guys through what you need if you want to become a soccer coach. So what are the things you think you need if you want to become a soccer coach? What are the things you need? But if you even start thinking of what to know to become a soccer coach, you need to understand what are your responsibilities. You need to understand what is your job as a coach. So one thing you need to know if you want to become a coach, you need to ask yourself, who is a football coach? What are your responsibilities as a coach? So just take a few seconds wherever you are. If you're listening to me, ask yourself, who is a football coach? My own definition of football coach is someone who helps athletes to unlock their potential to maximize their performance. What do I mean by this? Football coach, your main priority, your main job is to help your athletes, the players you're coaching or you're training. You need to help them to get to their potential. You need to help them to get to their maximum performance. That should be your main focus. So our focus is not only just to go out there and settling cones and coaching and all that. Your purpose as a coach should be on how to help these athletes to get, to their highest level. So what are your responsibilities as a coach? Your responsibilities as a coach is to create a high performance environment that is positive to work in. Most of the time you see professional football clubs, you look at their training, you look how it's well organized. That's because they set the standard in that way. So if you want to become a football coach, you start getting into coaching. One of your responsibilities is to how to create a high performance environment that is positive to work in. So positive to work in is, people can come into your environment. They will be safe. Organization. So these are the things, if you want to become a football coach, things that looking into. Look, how can I create a high performance environment that will be positive to work in? You need to show leadership. How do you show leadership? You show leadership by settling clear boundaries from the start. So you need to let your players know what you're doing from the start. You need to be specific. You need to clarify. You need to let them understand. Set your boundaries. So number 3 thing your responsibility as a coach is to develop a character of hard work and commitment around development. This is very important, coaches. You need to develop kind of a character of hard work. You need to be hard work. A lot of coaches is a kind of a responsibility you have to take. So if you're not responsible, it's going to be difficult for you as a coach, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of commitment, settling your session plans and all that. It takes a lot of thinking. So you need to develop this character if you want to become a coach. As a coach, your obligation is to look after every players under you. Every player. I've seen so many times, during my coaching and all that, you see coaches leaving kids on the pitch. So as a coach, you need to make sure all your players are safe before even you can leave. You should be the last person to leave the pitch. Make sure everywhere everybody is safe. It's your responsibilities. Any player under you is your responsibility. Whatever happens to that player is your responsibility. So you look after them. You team. Idea of training kids with the system of maybe adults. Maybe they've watched Manchester United, Manchester City, and all that. They've watched Pep Guardiola. They want to become the next Jose Mourinho. So they come in with this ideal. And when you come with this ideal, those ideas only for the professionals, not for the youths. The youth, we should concentrate more on the technical abilities, not the tactical abilities. So most coaches, when you come into to grassroots football, you should focus more on the tactical ability rather than the technical ability rather than the tactical abilities. Because these are kids, they need to develop technically. They need to know how to pass the ball, how to dribble, how to shoot, and all that. So that's their priority at that age. So you need to know what's appropriate, what kind of training you should be giving your team. You need to encourage them. You need to motivate. This is the area I think you guys should actually work yourself on. You need to encourage your players. So important. This motivation really helped me to to get over my coaching and all that. There's nothing better than motivating young kids. Try and motivate them every time. Encourage them. Positive feedback. If I may tell you guys, or if I may say, maybe not to criticize, especially with young kids. Young kids, even adults, don't like to you don't like criticism. You don't like someone to criticize you. So the same with kids. So when your kids are doing some mistake or on the pitch or something like that, don't criticize them. Find a way. If it's possible, if it's like really, really like you have to criticize, make sure you praise them at least praise them even 10 times. Tell them how good they are. Tell them the good thing, the good stuff. Tell them 10 good stuff before you can even tell them bad stuff they've done. Because in that way, you're encouraging them. There's nothing worse than someone trying to do some and is getting a negative feedback. It's that can just make them stop playing. And a coach, all the time you're giving out to your players, especially young kids, tell them they're not doing the right thing, they will stop. So to me, I would rather advise my coaches not to criticize the players, especially the young ones, the kids. Don't criticize them, just encourage them. Keep encouraging. Find a way to criticize if you have to. And if you have to criticize, make sure you praise them a lot. So even when you're telling them, oh, maybe Mr. John, you're so good in dribbling, your shooting is so good, your heading, everything is so perfect, you are excellent. But you know one thing you can do better? Maybe focus more on something. So whatever you think they're not, and you can bring that along. You can say to them, right? The last time I was talking to all the coaches, and they asked me, like, Coach Emeka, how can we start? Even if we need to start this coaching course, where will we start? How's the coaching ladder? So I prepared this for you guys to show you guys the step you need to take if you want to become a qualified soccer coach. It's a long journey. It took me over 10 years to get to this level of having a UEFA A license. It took me over 10 years, although it might be, if you're professional. But if you're just a coach trying to get into coaching, it will take you a minimum of 10, maybe 8 years to get to this level, with continuous coaching. So it's something you need to look and think about before you start getting into coach. But like I told you, like I said, guys, it's the best thing I ever done in my life. Getting into coaching is the best thing I ever done. It's not about the money, the financial, no, but it helps a lot. It helps to build yourself as a person, a better person. You have confidence. Not before I'm shy, I'm scared, I can't talk, I can't be on the camera and I can't stand in front of the class and give speech and all that. But because of my coaching and all that, I've encouraged myself. I've pushed my like this, getting involved. If you want to make any changes in life. So the first, if you want to get into football coach, the first thing you need to do in Ireland, this is Irish football coaching ladder. As you guys can see, there. So before you, the system in Europe is different. Everything in Europe, before you get started, you need to get a GADA vetting or police vetting or police report. Anything, any job you're getting in Europe, they need to know if you're a criminal, whatever criminal record you have and all that. So same as in football coaching as well. So if you want to become a football coach, start thinking about how you can be responsible, not getting into troubles, because you will need to be vetted. And if you're vetted and it comes back, or like you have crimes and all that, it will be difficult for you. So first thing you do is to gather police reports. In Ireland, we call police gather. So you get the police report. So after your police report, then you can now start your football coaching. So the first thing you need to do is to get into this Kickstart one. It's called the PDP one. So this PDP one is for new that wants to coach maybe the age from age of 6 to 9. So after this Kickstart one, then you can, after practicing your coaching and all that, Kickstart one, this course is actually designed, to help parents and coaches on how to plan and implement fun game. So Kickstart one is about fun. It's about fun to the kids. It's about enjoyment. It's about them getting used to playing football and, less coaching, just fun. Hopefully in this platform, I will show you some fun games you can have with, I will send you guys some session plan if you're interested. It's part of the coach education. I will send you guys the necessary tools you need, to get yourself started as a coach. So from Kickstart one, you go to Kickstart two. So Kickstart two is for coaches that are involved with from 9 to 12 years old kids. So after Kickstart 2, then you move to PDP3. PDP3 Youth is a coaching course whereby you can coach youth. So from this PDP, then you move to adult intro. I think in between all these courses, you have about 3 months or so in between before you go to the next one. So after this adult intro, then you can move to the national D license. This is where the coaching actually gets serious now, because a lot of theory. So from your D license, you go to your national C. From national C license, then you go on to license. In between, from this D, you have a year between the license and then another year, C to the B. So from this spot, you have a year to practice whatever your qualification before you can go to the next. You need to A license. UEFA A license. This is where I am now, and this is the last. This is highest. UEFA Pro license is the highest of all coaches coaching badge. So now think about this, guys. Think on how you I'm up to this. Moving up to this level might be you might be interested in. It's not necessary you must get up to this level. Even from this kickstart one, you're already a qualified coach, but a qualified coach that can only coach from 6 to 9. Same to kickstart 2 and then the PDP. But if you're serious about getting into coach and get the UEFA recognized license, then you should think of getting into the D and possibly to C. And hopefully, if you want to progress more, you can go to B license. So this is just the pyramid of the the coaching ladder you expect if you want to become a football coach. So now let's go into topic. Who are you as a coach? You need to ask yourself this if you want to become a coach. What's your belief? What do you believe as a coach? What's your blueprint? As a coach, what's your blueprint? You need to ask yourself all this, guys. I can help you as well, but you need to ask yourself, what's your blueprint? What's your belief? What's your dignity? What's your what? Your environment. How's your environment? How do you live your life as a coach and as a person? This is very important. If you want to become a soccer coach, you need to look into how you live your life outside football. Your value, your principle. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. And this question is the same even if Ronaldo or Messi wants to become a soccer coach tomorrow. These are the questions they will ask them. So you need to know all this. You need to just take a note. If you're going through this, just take a note. What's your belief? What's your blueprint? How's your environment? How do you live your life? Your job? What's your value? What value are you bringing? You want to become a coach? What value are you bringing? Ask yourself. Also, there's a lot of personal questions as well. Ask yourself, do you have a coaching identity? As a football coach, you need to have your coaching identity. Every coach have their coaching identity. You like the Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, all these coaches, they have different coaching identity. They are not the same. So you need to find your own coaching identity, who you are as a coach. You cannot copy. You need to be natural with yourself. So being natural is knowing who you are. And why is this important? Why being yourself in coach is important? So all this you need to ask yourself. I cannot answer this for you. I can, just. Here are some more questions you need to ask yourself as of why you want to become a coach. What's your motivation? You must have a motivation. What's the reason? Why is the reason you want to become a coach? What's your motivation? Take a note and write this down. because I can't answer. Everyone got different answer. So you need to know why. What's your motivation? What type of coach are you? If you're not a coach yet, ask yourself, what kind of coach are you to be? Are you going to be a democratic? Are you going to be autocratic? Ask yourself all this. What type of coach am I? What do you want to achieve? This is so important when getting into coaching. You need to know what do you want to achieve. Some get into coaching to trophies. Well, that's good. You know, some coaches go into coaching to kids to reach their potential. So you need to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? Why is coaching right for you? Why not do all that stuff? Why not do all that thing? Why is this football coaching right for you? Why is coaching right for me? Ask yourself all these, guys, because it's very important if you want to become a soccer coach. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself, what are the ingredients? What are your ingredients as a coach? What do I mean by ingredients? It's like when you're making whatever, like a soup, or if you're Nigeria, you know, when you're making your, maybe you want to make a goosey soup, or you want to make bono soup. They have different ingredients, right? So as a coach, you must have ingredients. You must have your own ingredient. So you need to know your own ingredient. What are the things when you do it in training? You know, it's like when you're making this soup, like I said, you know, you have your ingredient, maybe your curry sauce and all that. So as a coach, what are your ingredients? What are the things you do on the page, or you do that, you know, people, they see you, they, you know, it's kind of your trademark or something like that. So what are your priorities as a coach? Your priority, your responsibilities, we've discussed that. Your communication, this is so important, guys. If you want to become a soccer coach, you need to start practicing your communication. It's very important, guys. Communication is so important in coaching. If you cannot communicate, then how are you going to your kids or whatever? And communication doesn't mean speaking big grammar English or stuff like that. No, that's not communication. Communication is getting your message across and getting it clear. Get your message clear in your own way. When you say coaches, I keep, you know, referring to these great coaches like Jose Mourinho. You know, he has his own way to communicate. Jurgen Klopp, he has his own way. Every coach has his own way. So it doesn't matter if your English or your English is not good enough, or it's this and that. No, football is a universal language. So don't be discouraged by that. If you're worried about that, don't be discouraged. Just know how you're going to, you know, present your communication, your message. That's the most important. Think about your communication. How do you communicate with your players? How do you communicate with the management? Like, how do you present yourself? That's the communication. And then your organization. Your organization is very important. Your coaching method, the methodology is so important. So we look into all this now. So your ingredient, what are your ingredient? Your ingredient, one, is to create a clear vision around what you want. Like I said, you know, they are your ingredients. So your ingredient is to, you know, to create a clear vision. People need to know what you want. You need to develop a pathway for your players, team, on how to achieve their goal. You know, those are your ingredients. Encourage players to be the best. Develop players' understanding of the game. Those are your ingredients. Your priorities. What are your priorities? Your priorities is to design, develop, and implement. Do you understand that? So as a coach, your priority should be to design and develop and implement your session plan. Putting the right structure in place. It's your job. No one is going to do it for you. As a coach, it's your job to put the right structure in place. Commitment to achieving your goal. That should be your commitment to achieving your goal. You have to give players empowerment. You know, you need to support your players. Your communication. This is how you communicate. You communicate, you make sure you're clear, you are clear with your message. You know, you need to develop your interpersonal skills. Your explanation has to be clear. Constant dialogue. You need to keep dialoguing all the time with your players, your staff, everyone around you in the football club and team. You need to help players to understand their role and responsibilities as a coach. Your coaching method. Your coaching method should be on how to organize, plan, create, and structure your session. You need to know how to apply correct method of coaching. You need to know when to stop. You need to know when to come in. If you need to adjust some, you need to know how to analyze your team, not only your team, even your position. You need to develop your players' knowledge around the football actions. They need to know their responsibilities. So, guys, if you want to become a soccer coach, all these questions you need to ask yourself, and you need to be honest with yourself. Because if you cannot answer all this, it's going to be difficult for you to get into coaching and to progress. Sometimes it's easy to get in, but to keep progressing is difficult. So you need to ask yourself all these questions if you want to become a UEFA soccer coach or you want to become a coach. So, guys, just take a minute or two and go through all these questions, and if coaching is right for you, then I will advise you to get into coaching, guys. Seriously, especially with the Africans. We need to start getting into coaching, the parents. In Africa, we need this. It changes life. And when I say changes life, I don't mean just financial. I mean for your own self-esteem and all that. You become responsible. And again, you try to help kids, young ones. So where are the African coaches matter? I believe, we can change our narrative of the way, they think Africans, we are not that, good in coaching. But I'm telling you at this moment, if Africans, if they're being given the right education and the right opportunity, I bet you they will be better than any coach. So all I'm saying, all I'm just saying, using this platform is just to reach out to people. We need help. We need help. Africans need help. We need coach education. We need people to come and rescue us. Since I started this encourage encouragement from Africa, from all around the world. I know soon this platform is going to be bigger than me, and it's already bigger than me. So if you're interested, I'm looking for people that can come in so we can do this together. We can help kids, we can help coaches, we can help parents, we can help people to become a better person in life, especially in Africa. So guys, like today, it's just about me and just me, and there's no, we don't have any guests today. Hopefully in future we have guests, but today I'm just here to talk to my coaches, to let them know what they need to know if they want to become a soccer coach. Right. So guys, I hope you grabbed one or two things from this short workshop, about what you need to know if you want to become a soccer coach. I hope I can do better in some other way. We're all learning. I'm learning. Everyone keep learning. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. So we need to keep learning. And not only the coaching education, we need to improve our life. Every area of our life, we need to keep improving. We need to motivate ourselves. That's the most important, guys. Motivate. Keep motivating. Keep encouraging yourselves, guys. I know life is difficult nowadays. I know how difficult it is. It's not only in Africa, but everywhere, all around the world. Life is so difficult nowadays. So you need to find a way just to make yourself happy. So if you feel like maybe getting into coaching might make yourself happy, why not? And I bet you it will make you happy. It will make you forget most of the problem you'll be having. Because you'll be focusing on how to train kids. You'll be focusing on how to make your session plan and all that. So it's going to help you, to motivate you. So just let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel. Whatever you think, whatever you think I can do to improve this platform or myself. I'm trying. I'm helping myself as well. Me being on this, I'm trying to help myself. It's not easy for me sitting here and talking to you guys. Live and all that. It's not easy. Talking, so it's a challenge for me, but I like it. Then everyone there, we need to start doing things that we are scared of. Everything, whatever you think you're scared of, start doing it. If you don't like computer, then start getting used to computer, because I know a lot of coaches, they don't like computer. When I started this same, and I have this issue as well, because you worried, you don't know how to use computer, you don't know how to do this and that, but you will learn it. So don't be discouraged. As a coach, one thing, especially the African coaches, like I said to all my coaches in Nigeria at the moment, in Jos and in Ghana, I have a lot of coaches. They've registered with African Coaches Matter, so it's going to be big thing. There's going to be a lot of people coming in to give support. I'm sure about that, because it's not about me. It's about the Africans. It's about the coaches, the African coaches. So I know a lot of support will come along the way. So guys, just think about all this coaching and how it can change you. Become a better person. Becoming a better person is also helping other people. It's also helping kids, not just yourself. So Africans, we need to start getting involved. I'm using this opportunity to even get to the African ladies, women. So you guys, you need to start getting involved as well. We need everyone, because I know football can change life. Not only politics, leave politics aside, football can change life. That's the reason why you see when there's a football match, everyone, we're all the same. If Manchester United is playing now, every Manchester United fan, they're all the same. If any country is playing now, like all the citizens, they're all one. If Nigeria is playing now, every Nigerian citizen, they all one. So football unites. Football unite people. Football changes life. And this is what I'm trying to preach to my African people. It's a part-time job. It's a part-time thing. It's just something you do, but it's actually changing your life gradually, because you become more focused. So think about this, guys. And like I said, this platform is getting bigger. It's really getting big. A lot of positive, a lot of coaches want to come on board with me. A lot of professional tutors and all that. So it's great. I'm doing this just for the Africans. This is not about me. It's about the African kids and coaches over there. All this education will be going to you guys, not me. I'm happy with what I have at the moment. So guys, think about this, okay? Think about this. Coach education is so important. It's very good. It develop. It can develop you to become a better person. Right. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoy this short workshop on coaching. Hopefully we'll talk more again. Thank you, guys. I appreciate. Appreciate. Thank you. Bye.